Hi, welcome to our daily encounter. In our reading today, we see a pattern that we've seen before, where a good king will come to reign on the throne in Judah, and God will bless that king because of his faithfulness to his commandments with rest from his enemies. And he'll go through a season of peace, and sometimes a very long season of peace. And it's almost inevitable what will happen in such a case. Typically what we see is this good king finding rest and then using that time of rest to fortify the cities of Judah and to build up the army and to prepare themselves, to make themselves stronger during those times of rest. And we can definitely see how this would be beneficial and very wise for a king to do. You know, if you wait till the enemy's knocking at your door or until you're invaded by an enemy, it's too late then to try to muster up an army, try to strengthen the cities and things along those lines. You've got to do it beforehand so that you're prepared. Well, this carries over to our spiritual lives as well, because I'm afraid a lot of times we don't follow this example, but we wait until the storm comes, until difficulty comes, till trials come, to then try to muster up enough faith to endure those things. Or maybe we wait until a false teacher comes knocking on our door before we really examine what we truly believe and why we believe it. Or maybe we wait till a temptation comes to try to muster up enough spiritual strength to overcome. If we wait until those critical moments, we might find that it's too late. The time to prepare for those moments is when we are at ease, when we are at rest. Those are the times when we need to make sure that we fortify our faith and strengthen ourselves spiritually, build up and confirm and solidify what we believe so that we will be better prepared in those moments. So what are some things that we can do to prepare and to strengthen ourselves? Well, for one, we can go ahead and cultivate a habit of engaging in the spiritual disciplines, such as Bible reading, such as Bible study, cultivating a prayer life, a strong prayer life, engaging in worship on a daily basis, and then also, of course, collectively with others. Engaging in those spiritual disciplines will help us to get spiritual momentum going on in our lives that can carry us through when we have to endure various things, when the enemy comes to attack. But it's not only just that. We need to also know what we believe and know why we believe what we believe. Such as an example could be, maybe you believe that Jesus is the Son of God, which he truly is. But maybe you've never studied that and never really knew why you believed it. You just always believed it. And then someone comes knocking on your door challenging that truth, and then you're left scrambling trying to find verses, trying to find reasons why you believe what you believe. Well, while you're at rest, before you encounter that situation, if you've already studied it out, you've already know which verses back up what you believe, and you know not only what you believe but why you believe it, you'll be better prepared to encounter those situations. Also need to engage practically in strengthening our faith. When trials come, when storms come in our lives, we need to be able to walk into those storms with a strong faith beforehand. And the way that we can do this is by beginning to trust God. Trust God with the little things in life. Trust him with the smaller matters. And then maybe, even trusting with a little bit larger matters until your your faith becomes stronger and stronger. And you could even put yourself in situations that require faith. That can strengthen your faith as well. To where when you engage in or encounter a trial, you'll already have some momentum as far as faith is concerned to better endure. And so these are just some things that we can do to kind of help us be strong when it comes about. Now, one thing we don't want to do is allow our strengthening and our fortifying ourselves to lead to pride, which happened in Uzziah's case in chapter 26 of our reading today. We could engage in all these things that I just talked about and other things that you might think about that makes you stronger spiritually. But then because you've engaged in those things and because you've done your homework, you might think, I'm untouchable. Well, don't ever feel that way. Yes, we need to strengthen ourselves, but we always need to rely upon the Lord and never get to the point where we feel like we can encounter these things without the help of God. Of course, we should always rely upon Him and put our trust in Him and not upon ourselves or our ability to prepare ourselves. Pride can wash away everything that we've done in preparing for these things if we're not careful. So these are just some things to think about. Hopefully they're helpful to you. I do thank you guys for listening in today. I love you guys. God bless.